Right. So welcome to the afternoon sessions, guys, and let's get started. And definitely, if you guys are interested to get how we plan our trade on the market, and you guys want to get updated on that, you guys are definitely welcome to check out our live streaming sessions as well as the link on my profile or video descriptions. If you guys are interested to get trading plans as the ones you guys are seeing on your right hand side on your corner, guys. All right, so right hand side of the corner. So these are the examples of how we are planning our trade and how we execute our trades in the market. And certainly, we share good trades with you guys. So certainly, if you guys are interested, click on the link and ask for access to it, and you guys could get it for complimentary. Okay. So without further ado, let us get started, guys. Okay. So first of all, you guys could actually see what has been happening on the market since we started, guys. So one of the clear signs that we have been able to see on the market is we have been seeing that prices has been relatively slow, hasn't been able to show us any clear signs on the market. And one of the things that we are watching carefully is how the price updates works around the inflation data that will be released in another 2 hour next, guys. All right, so 1 hour 15 minutes, so around 2 hours. And definitely from what we are seeing on the market right now, prices has been relatively slow since entering the market today, where yesterday prices has been closing significantly lower, especially with the announcement of an additional tariffs. So I'll be getting into it tonight. So I'll be updating you guys about it. If you guys are interested, you guys are welcome to join me and about what going on here. So if you guys are interested to get more information or updates about it, you guys are definitely welcome to check us out on our VIP live sessions later on tonight. And you guys could ask for the links as well through the link on my profile as usual. But again, I think with how things has been going, the likelihood we are going to see on the market that prices is likely to maintain the weaker price as you guys are seeing right now. And so far, the price movement hasn't been moving a lot, so definitely got to be patient, not a lot of movements. All right, so it's been some connection problem, but again, we'll continue. So far, it's been relatively weakened, and the signs are pretty clear, showing us the possibility that prices will be going higher from here. And what we are able to get on the market is we have been seeing that stock analysis has been really positive, even though right now we have been seeing that the cryptocurrency has started to weaken a little bit for tonight. So we'll see how that goes on. Personally, I would say cryptocurrency volatility is pretty high, gotta be careful. But again, the overall sentiments are likely to be focusing on the inflation numbers. And if the inflation numbers is showing negative signs, that could really push up the gold prices and silver prices, because if the inflation is much higher, we could be seeing that gold will under pressure, and something that could be giving us a clearer move on the market rather than the ones we have been seeing. Because over the past hours, especially starting from today, yes, today we have been seeing prices has been relatively a bit stronger. There is no denying that. But I think the biggest problem with this kind of movement that is happening around the current prices is we are not really seeing any clear movement appearing on this chart. And without any clear movement, I would say that prices has been relatively slow, no clear actions. So this movement starting from yesterday, it seems that there is a strength appearing on the market, but the strength itself has been rather limited in the sense that prices hasn't been able to even go higher than 3365 for today. And there's actually a resistance area around there for now. So the tendency is likely for us to see whether prices could eventually break out higher than this. Because if prices don't do that, we are likely to see the chances for gold prices would be rather weakening. And as you guys could see, that if this goes on in the market even before the inflation data, I'm afraid that one of the movement that we are likely to see is prices will be relatively ranging. So prices will be moving in this range as a result if there's really no clear actions. But again, if the inflation number is really looking worse, there's chances that the gold market will be dropping. And certainly with this kind of market actions, this is mostly on the neutral case scenario. But depending on how we have been watching the gold market since yesterday, we have been seeing that prices hasn't been able to break out higher than 3375 yesterday and slowly going back lower, and today it hasn't been able to break out higher than 3365. Overall, the signs is pretty clear that we are not really going to be expecting big movements on the market for now. It's common thing with this kind of move. And one of the things that I will be waiting is trying to see confirmations that prices couldn't be going higher in the next few hours, especially before the inflation data. Because once we started to see that prices are going to stay lower than 3365 for tonight, we are likely to see the chances for gold to be going down lower. And right now, as of now, especially as prices has been ranging and has been following with witnesses, there are good chances that we will be seeing prices slowing and going down lower on the market with this kind of market scenarios. So definitely yes, I will be expecting to be a bit bearish for the night, despite the earlier strength that has been appearing on the market sessions where there's not a lot of people active. And again, inflation data will be the primary event, and a lot of people will be trading on it. And certainly, there could be a lot of volatility coming up ahead. So I would say that once the numbers are out, I will be expecting to see signs of weakness appearing, because ultimately, a lot of people has been forecasting about the possibility that inflation should be higher, whether it's on the monthly basis or yearly basis on both core inflation and the inflation side or as well. So the expectation to see inflation will be higher, and the chances for Federal Reserve to be cutting interest rate is much lower with that, and that should be able to push up the value of the US dollar index at the moment, and that will be pushing down the gold prices. So I would still stick with my opinion that there's a chances for us to see tonight that gold prices will be rather weakened, especially over the past few hours. We have been seeing that prices hasn't been able to break out higher than 3365. So I think that's the sign, pretty clear, and could be a very good chance to do some short heading towards 3355. That could be your next price target or price support. And next, we'll be testing 3350 area. So it's going to take time, but my view for tonight, it will be weakening tonight, guys. All right. So that's my view. Let me know what are your thoughts. If you guys are bullish, let me know what are your thoughts about it, what you guys could say. So personally, I think with the chart pattern forming up with the current movement, that isn't actually a lot of great signs, but certainly the movement that we are able to get is prices are relatively building up a diamond formation. So usually during this diamond formation, there's only two chances whether prices will be going higher or whether will be going lower. But remembering that prices has been relatively strong, I'll be waiting to get confirmations whether prices will broke down below this uptrend channel for today. And if prices could broke down lower, that could really change the whole view and get us the confirmation that we are waiting. Despite prices has been relatively under a lot of pressure, I would say. So the chances for that to happen is still there. But again, waiting for confirmations could give us a much better indications of the market. All right. So we'll just be reading it so that you guys can see it clearly on the markets. And definitely that's my analysis for tonight with you guys. All right. So if you guys are enjoying, get some insights what you guys could be expecting for tonight about my views, you guys are welcome to give us a support by giving us a thumbs up and likes. And certainly if you guys are curious or have any questions about trading or any market that you guys wanted to request to take a closer look together, you guys are always welcome to chat me on my chats or comments. I'll be reading it, and if you guys have any questions about it, I'll be happily answering any of your questions as usual. But for now, I think it's more of a waiting game right now and to see how prices will be reacting to go down lower, guys. Because if prices didn't go down lower, I'm afraid that prices will be relatively stagnant around this price. It's always been the case. Alright, so we'll be waiting for the confirmations before I would say I will be doing the short positions as usual. I don't want to be rushing, especially with the sideways market that we have been watching. The tendency is for us to see that prices will be relatively slow around these hours. It's always been the case. And again, I will be waiting for confirmations whether prices could broke down lower 3361.5 or 3361 to be sure, and get the confirmations when prices will be dropping on the market, guys. All right. So if you guys are enjoying your time here, don't forget to drop your comments or your likes. And if you guys have any questions, let me know as well. All right. So I'll be giving us a little bit of a sneak peek on what is happening on the other side of the gold, which is the silver market. I'll be expecting that the market movement will be relatively the same, not much of a change. And And definitely one of the things I will be expecting is to see that both gold and silver is relatively weakened as of now, guys. Alright. So that's the view for now. Maybe it won't be different a lot compared to gold. That's my view. It's usually going to be same, but you guys know market could be a different. So let us take a look on what's happening on the silver market for now. Okay, so the silver market has actually been trending lower since yesterday, and if it's even much lower, especially last night, silver market has been able to break up above the so silver prices has been able to break out higher, touching 13 to 14-year high, and then prices has been slowly going down, correcting itself, touching back the support at $37.90 before prices rebounded on today's market session. So it's right around these prices where we started to see that the market movement starting for today, but hasn't been able to show us a lot of changes because overall, yes, prices has been going up higher, but the signs of weaknesses from here is relatively unseen yet. Price momentum over the past hours has been relatively going stronger, but not really showing a lot of signs of weaknesses. Comparing up against gold, where the signs of weaknesses is much evident, where prices has been showing us a pretty strong distinction of a resistance area around those prices. And that's definitely one of the differences that we are watching through gold and silver for today, guys. But again, the signs are pretty clear. Prices are likely to go down lower together for both gold and silver. But the likelihood we are going to see more movement probably could be happening on the gold market movement because it seems from the overall market movement for tonight, we are actually looking at the gold has been much more active in terms of percentage. And again, tonight's big news, it's usually going to be impacting more on the gold market as usually that's been the case, guys. All right, so we'll be watching closely there to see how this plays. Later on, I'll be back. For now, let us try to focus where the prices could start broke down lower than the prices that we have been mentioning to you guys across the live streaming sessions. And if you guys have been paying attention, I'm sure you guys do know what you guys will be expecting coming out from here. Okay, so prices hasn't been moving much. Prices has rebounded. So again, it's a waiting game for now. Back again. And as usual, I'll be continuing to discuss other topics on the market. And if there's any clear signs of the market, I'll be letting you guys know what will be next happening on this market. And again, if you guys do have any questions, just drop in the comments, guys. All right. Okay, so right now prices seems likely to prepare to broke down lower. We'll try to see how prices will be reacting from here onwards because there are chances that prices are likely to be weakened for now. All right, so prices are moving, going down lower. I'll be expecting to see prices will try to break down, and if prices break down, it seems that the signs are pretty clear. Prices should be breaking down lower if prices do drop below that, guys. All right, so pay attention closer. Good chances could be appearing on the market. Okay, since we are starting to get the confirmations, I will be moving on towards the silver market and try to see whether there's any notable changes that we can make some good trades out of this market. Yes, all right. So again, silver market has been relatively slow. Prices are showing the tendency. Yes, there's a resistance right at $38.37 right here, and prices has been able to probe out higher than that for today. So I think that is a pretty significant sign, similar with what we are seeing on gold, and the signs of weakness just starts to appear also on the market. But again, I think a lot of people are focusing more on gold rather than silver, and I think that could be a good chance to also take a closer look on this market. And if there's any good chances, we should be able to see that silver prices will be broken down this low and will be testing the support at $38.10 if prices broke down lower. So I'll try to pay close attention as well. But the sign's pretty clear since yesterday. Prices has been relatively slow too, similar with what you're seeing on gold. Hasn't been able to surpass the resistance, and right now testing the low area of the minor uptrend for the day. So I'll see how that goes. I'm not really seeing prices are going to move a lot around these hours. And again, we'll be testing the support. We'll see how that goes. Personally, I think both gold and silver will likely be a little bit weakened for today. That's always been the case with this kind of market movements. And I'll be expecting to get more surprises, especially after or nearing the inflation data. Okay, but the signs are there, prices are weakening, so we'll see how the price drop down will continue again. Testing 3355 and then 3350 hasn't changed, guys. All right. And one of the main reasons we are looking at the possible weaknesses right now appearing on the gold market, it could be probably helped by the possibility that the US dollar index has been going stronger for today. So we'll take a look at that price as well, whether there's been any changes, and let us take a closer look at that price because we are seeing both gold and silver has been slightly weakening, and probably that is contributing towards their weaknesses appearing on the gold and silver market. So let us take a look at the currency trend charts to actually take a closer look what is actually happening. But surprisingly, we are not really seeing that scenario happening on the market. Instead, we are seeing that the US dollar index is the weakest currency for tonight up to today. And the strongest pair is actually coming out from the Australian dollar, New Zealand Swiss franc, pound sterling. As usual, the rest of the currency is a little bit mixed right on the neutral area, such as Canadian dollar as well as the euro, but the signs are pretty clear. And we are seeing that the US dollar index are weakening and the correlation between gold, where we are seeing that gold will be helped by a weaker dollar, is not really clear up for tonight because we will be facing the inflation data report, and as well, we might as well focus on the technical analysis side of the market as we are not really getting those correlation works really well for now. So again, I think it's also a good thing we analyze a little bit of what's going on and get you guys a little bit updated what is happening around the market in terms of the US dollar index. So based on the US dollar index, we are actually looking at the charts over the past 15 minutes actually has been going stronger, so it's not really come out yet, I believe. But again, if we are looking at the short-term view of the market, it seems that the US dollar index has been relatively stable, hasn't been moving a lot, and probably the recent strength coming back on the US dollar index over the past 15 minutes has actually been pushing up, pushing down the gold and silver prices, and it's not surprising, and especially with prices retesting the resistance area at $97.70, prices weakened down, and that really helped to maintain the gold and silver prices a little bit higher over the past 30 minutes to 1 hour ago. And then afterwards, we are seeing that the strength on the US dollar index make a little bit of comeback, even though it's not much for today. But again, the trend is very clear. Today, it has been relatively weakened. It was the weakest currency for tonight compared to the rest of the currency. And if we take a step back, since yesterday, prices has been ultimately weakening. So maybe up to the inflation data release, we are probably will be seeing that the US dollar index will be testing the resistance, and that's why we will probably seeing a little bit of volatility as usual nearing these major economic updates, and probably will be seeing that US dollar index will be testing this resistance again at $87.70, and probably will be seeing a little bit of a false breakout as usual happening right at the early market sessions at Asian sessions, and probably afterwards we can see that US dollar index will be weakening again. So I'll be watching closely how to see what are the changes that could be happening on the US dollar index. And so far, the signs are pretty clear. Prices are weakening, and we are likely to see that the uptrend on the long term could be over soon. As you guys know, that on the long run, you guys could actually see that the US dollar index has been on a big downtrend and it hasn't changed much, and the resistance there is pretty intact, and probably like I've told you guys, prices will be testing the resistance over and over again, especially this week with will be a heavy pack data week, and definitely that could be impacting and trying to test the resistance multiple times is will be a common occurrence for this week. So maybe this week we'll be seeing that prices will be hovering high a little bit around this area before prices continue to go down lower on the market. So we'll see how that goes. Possibly that could be happening on the market as usual, not much of surprises. And the worst case scenario for the US dollar index to go stronger, maybe we'll be seeing that prices will be giving us a false breakout around 98 dollars, but afterwards I will be expecting to see that the US dollar index will be going down lower from here, because if you guys are watching through the daily charts, it's been very pretty clear that around this price, maybe maximum $98.50, prices will be going its highest before it could go down lower. So maybe $98 will be its highest for this week before prices will be continuing going down lower, especially this week, heavy pack data week could be impacting the US dollar index going stronger a little bit before prices could be going down lower. As you guys could see that multiple times prices also tested the areas near the moving averages area line. So once, twice, three, and maybe that could be the case also this time. So we'll try to take a closer look on how it goes and how it evolves on the market. But overall, the sign is pretty clear. The US dollar index will be testing the resistance against tonight, and we'll see how that changes goes. But ultimately, with that, that should be able to give a little bit of a pressure on gold. But so far, the pressure isn't much. And yes, prices has been weakening, but rebounding again. But the tendency has been weakening. Certainly, that has been the case. And we'll see how huge the corrections will be, especially after prices hasn't been able to break our head 3365 for today. And if it does break, it's just likely to be a false breakout. So we'll see how these changes goes on the market. Same thing also for silver. Prices are weakening, hasn't been able to show a lot of improvement or any rebounds, unlike what we are seeing on the gold market. So it seems that both have a little bit of a different characteristic in terms of its movement, but so far the signs are pretty convincing that prices will be testing the support at 3360 for tonight, and will be testing the resistance at 3365 during our live streaming sessions here, guys. All right. So if you guys do have any questions, or if you guys do have any requests, what markets that you guys are interested to analyze together with us, welcome to let me know on the comments of the chats. I'll be happily analyzing it with you guys together and help you guys as much as I could. Okay. All right, so in a moment, we'll try to take a closer look what is happening on the currency strength charts and what possible opportunities that we can use with the strongest and the weakest currency pair is right now on the Japanese yen as the losers for tonight and the strongest pair, New Zealand dollar. So we'll try to see whether there's any good opportunities that we can make and probably some good trades could be coming out from that as well. All right, so let us try to see how this changes goes on the gold market and if there's any updates, I'll let you guys know. And remember that tonight, I believe we have been seeing that the oil market has been relatively weakened, but again, it has rebounded. So probably we'll be seeing that prices will be testing the support for oil. If you guys are interested on the oil market, we've actually been sharing a little bit of analysis, what we are expecting on the market before it goes up, before it goes down. We've been even sharing it before that happened on the market. So definitely it's an interesting watch to see how this plays on, especially with the weaknesses appearing on the all market premiumly frequently happened right in the support, right in the resistance, and probably this could be the chances where prices will be rebounding on the market. So probably that's a good look for you guys if you guys love to trade on the all market as usual. All right. So back on the gold side first, we'll see how strong that the gold prices will be maintaining its price around the 3360 area. And if you guys are interested to make some good profitable trades together with us on our premium site, welcome to click on the link on my profile or the video descriptions. And definitely if you guys are enjoying your time here on the live streaming sessions, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and likes and share this video with your friends or anyone that you guys know who's interested to learn, to analyze and trade the market together with us, right guys? Okay, so prices continues to go down weaker, so it's a pretty clear sign that the weaknesses are there. Prices will be testing the numbers that we have been talking for the support for tonight. Watch out for those. There's a possibility that prices could continue to go down weaker as we are speaking, guys. All right. Alright, so since prices continue down weakening, let us move on. Try to see whether there's any clear opportunities on the other areas, and certainly it's also coming up from the silver market. Prices just broke down the low. Pay attention how prices will be dropping. Potentially prices will be testing the price action right at the $38.20 area first. So pay attention on this area before prices could test down $38.10. All right. So pay attention. The chances that both gold and silver will be continuing weakening, or probably will be testing the support at the 3360 area. All right. So let us take a closer look on the currency strength chart. So let me refresh a little bit in case of any updates. So it's been very clear that tonight that the biggest losers for today is coming out from the Japanese yen and the US dollar index. It's been pretty clear. You guys can actually see it on your own. And the strongest currency pair is coming out from the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. And it's all happening with how the changes are going on. I'm not really seeing much of a change in terms of the numbers yet for now. So no major news, I would say, happened from the Australian side other than Australian consumer sentiment. But other than that, things are a little bit calmer for today. That's always been the case. And if you're watching carefully, the numbers should be actually showing that consumer sentiment is improving. I believe that should be the main reasons for the strength reappearing on the Australian dollar for today. But other than that, we are not really seeing much for now because we have been actually seeing that Germany sentiment is actually improving. And again, the big news will be back here on the inflation data today, guys. All right, so it will be released in another 1 hour. And with the signs, it's pretty clear it's likely to be stronger, the inflations with the price actions. But you guys know that anything could happen minutes before the release of the report. If you could see a really huge candlestick goes up really quick, that could always be the case. But so far, from what we are able to get out of this market, likelihood we are going to see inflation should be lower. All right, so both are weakening, so pay close attention. Me personally, I will be focusing more on the gold market first for now, as I've already been telling you guys. If prices broke down lower 3361, there you go, guys. Put your shorts. Prices will be breaking down lower. And if you guys have been following, I'm sure you guys have been able to make some good actions on your own. That's all right. So back on the currency strength charts. So I think that are the main reasons from what we are able to see how the US dollar index could be the weakest with the anticipations of the inflation data this night, and also for the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar has been able to go up stronger. It's likely contributed by the positive Australian consumer sentiment that has been out since Asian sessions. But again, through this kind of market, what are possible good market scenarios that we can be actually profiting out of the currency strength charts? So it's pretty simple. We can actually see that the Australian dollar against Japanese yen could be a very good choice, especially the Japanese yen is concerning weakened, but for trades, it's still pretty good for us to make some good trades where we are seeing the momentum on the Australian dollar recovered back. New Zealand dollar is still maintaining its strength, and Japanese yen is weakening. So probably every single trade against the Japanese yen could still be a very good trade. For instance, CHF Japanese yen, GBP Japanese yen, CAD Japanese yen, AUD Japanese yen, and NZD Japanese yen. So let us take a closer look one by one and try to see what are the possible good chances that could be appearing coming out from this currency strength charts. Okay, so AUD Japanese yen, here we go. So let me switch back 1 hour time frame so that you guys can see it even clearer on the markets. So yes, I know in terms of long-term market performance that Japanese yen has been relatively stronger against the Australian dollar over the past first half of this year. But entering the second half, prices have started to weaken on the Japanese yen, and we are starting to see that the Australian dollar has been able to go higher. And through the daily chart, it has been very, very positive. not much of a change, and price just breaks today's high. So I think that are the very clear signs. This is the very clear signs that you guys are waiting for if you guys are trading and the momentum is still there. And I think it's not just happening on the Australian dollar Japanese yen, it's also happening on the New Zealand dollar Japanese yen. Despite it has been a bit slower for the NZD Japanese yen, but again, probably we can put it on the watch list with this kind of market movement happening. And again, if the momentum is ongoing right now on the CAD Japanese yen, probably we can see that CAD Japanese yen is going really strong over the past few hours, and it has been the case. Breaks today's high at 107.96, and prices goes on higher and already reached an additional 20 pips for tonight. So I think the momentum could be ongoing, especially tonight we'll be having inflation rate also coming out from the Canadian side, and possibly we could be seeing that with higher inflation, Canadian dollar could be going higher as well. And CHF Japanese yen could be also one of the good choices as prices are right now consolidating, building up the good chances to go higher. So I think this is also a very good case scenario. So a lot of good choices to trade against Japanese yen weaknesses. And even with the weakest pairs comparing each other, we could actually see that US dollar Japanese yen could be even heading higher as well. So yes, I think I'll be watching a closer look, try to see how this changes, and a lot of great choices in terms of momentum. Certainly, it's coming out from the strongest pairs right now, currently appearing US dollar Japanese yen and CAD Japanese yen. So far, the momentum has been still existing on the AUD Japanese yen, and as well, CHF Japanese yen has been consolidating really well. So you guys could consider to do longs against the Japanese yen with the current momentum that we are watching, guys. But since there's a lot of choice, I'll be giving you guys the choice to choose. But personally, the momentum is right now heading towards the US dollar Japanese yen as well as the CAD Japanese yen, with both anticipating the inflation data for tonight as well at the very same time too. So possibly we can be seeing USD Japanese yen, CAD Japanese yen even goes higher after the inflation numbers are out. All right, so hope that helps you guys to get a little bit of insights what you guys could be doing in terms of your trades on your currency forex market side. And later on, I will be discussing what you guys could be expecting coming out from the all market movement that we are watching closely together with you guys. All right, again, gold market has already been weakening. Good chances we can see prices will be testing 3360 and I mean 3355 soon as prices continues to go down weaker and weaker for tonight, guys. All right. So next, we'll try to see out how prices will be testing the support at 3358 before prices will be testing 3355 for tonight. And if prices drops down lower, prices will be testing 3355 soon inside of our live streaming sessions. So if you guys are watching our live streaming sessions and has been able to make some good trades, congrats, and happy for you guys if you guys have been able to make some good trades. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up and likes. And if you guys are enjoying your time here, and if you guys are learning something and you guys wish you guys could share this with your friends, you guys are welcome to share it. And certainly if you guys wanted to make some good profitable trade with a clear trading plan, stop losses, target price, you guys are welcome to click the link on my profile and get access towards it. And don't forget that we will be doing our analysis on what's happening in terms of the updates on tariff, what's the response on Russia, and as well the impacts on trading assets as a result of the most recent comments coming out from the most recent actions happening worldwide, guys. All right. So if you guys are interested to get the fundamental updates on what is happening around the markets, you guys are welcome to join me on my VIP live sessions and by clicking through the link on my profile or the video descriptions to get access to it and chat me that you guys wanted to get access on my VIP live sessions. Alright, so as gold prices continues to go down weaker and has been very much in line with our view, we'll be continuing to see what's happening on the other market side as usual. And certainly, if you guys have any questions about the market, welcome to drop in the comments or the chats. I'll be reading it and hope you guys could be getting all the updates that we have been sharing with you guys so far, guys. Alright. Okay, so let us continue with our outlook on the oil market for tonight. All right, all markets, we have been telling you guys prices has touched the support and it's likely for us to actually see a rebound happening on the market. And again, with how things are evolving, I think all prices will be ranging between $66, $67 and towards $70. And prices has been ranging over these prices since last Tuesday, where we have been seeing the ranges has been pretty huge and it will be a common theme on the all market as we have already been giving us the updates on the first week of the second half about what are the possible market movements on oil and also other important trading assets also. And definitely my view has always been the same, that all market will be moving in a huge volatility as how things are ongoing right now. And the chances for us to actually see that all market could be going higher, it's likely to be moving between these ranges, tight ranges 66, 70, 66, 70, 66, 70, and it's likely for us to see that this ranging market movement will be a common theme on the oil market itself. Other than that, with prices has been dropping quite much and touching the support, I think there's a good chances that prices will be rebounding again for tonight, and maybe possibly it will be a very short target as you guys can actually see that prices has been moving relatively slow and the possible price target up to here. So the target range won't be huge, $67.60. Yep, it's around there. So I gotta be careful. The rebound is really huge. It's really small. I won't be taking any close attentions. But certainly right now prices has been rebounding on the support and prices will be building a consolidations to build up to go higher on the market. So I'll be watching carefully on how this changes. And certainly after prices has been able to rebound, good chances we'll be seeing that prices will be testing again the support. I mean, testing the resistance area at $68.50, especially after prices could go higher than $67.50. So I'll be waiting for it, try to get the consolidations, and try to see how prices will be reacting at $68.50. Okay, that's the view for tonight. And gold market still the same, still a bit weakened, nothing much changing for here. So let us see how this changes goes on the market, guys. All right. So far, our analysis is still intact. Prices will be dropping and hasn't changed yet. And suddenly, if you guys are in the premium trade, we have been hitting our profit target also on the gold market. So if you guys don't want to miss out on any important informations from our premium trades, you guys are definitely welcome to join us through that link on my profile or the video description so that you guys don't miss out any important information that I am sharing with you guys, and you guys could get access on this premium trades for free. So check it out. So as most of the assets we have been covering, I'll be letting you guys a little bit updates on the stock analysis on the US side, especially as prices has been able to go breaking another all-time high. And so that will be an interesting topic for us to take a closer look as prices continues to go higher and higher on the market. And you guys definitely don't want to miss that out as okay, so gold continues to drop. So if you guys are watching carefully, both gold and silver has touched our profit target area once, and right now we'll be testing the lows at $38.10 for tonight, guys. So if you guys are watching, I'm sure you guys have been able to get some idea what you guys could be expecting for tonight, where the current movement will be going. And again, the tendency has been touching the lows. So both gold and silver likely to be slowing down after touching the support area at 3355 and for silver at $38.10. So we'll see how the update goes. Personally, I think there are still chances for prices to drop. There's still some times before prices could continue to drop and even before the inflation data came out. So we'll see how long it could go. But personally, I'll be expecting that prices will be slowing down first, have a small rebound before prices will continue to drop for me personally. So if you guys are impatient, you guys could definitely take some profits here and move on and try to wait out for the next opportunities on the market. But if you guys are ready to go, you guys could hold on the trades, take some positions in profit, and hold on the remaining, guys. All right. Okay, so it's almost up for our time here on the live streaming sessions, and so far our analysis has been going in our directions where we have been analyzing so far. So great if you guys have been able to make some good profits together with us here on the live streaming sessions. But if you guys wanted to get something more exclusive, you guys are always welcome to join my premium trades where you guys could be getting those access on trading plans like this. So if you guys are interested, head out to my profile or my video descriptions, click on the link and chat me through there if you guys wanted to get access on this kind of premium trades trading plan. And again, if you guys enjoy your time in here, you guys are welcome to give us a thumbs up and likes so that you guys are able to make some good movements here. And I'm happy to share my analysis with you guys together on Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 8 a.m. Singapore, Hong Kong time as usual. And if you guys wanted to get more exclusivity in terms of the updates on other analysis, such as the tariff updates, US response, and also what are the impacts on trading assets, you guys are welcome to join me on my VIP live sessions tonight, where I'll be diving deep on what you guys could be expecting coming out from this kind of updates happening yesterday. All right. So let us take a closer look on what's happening on the US 100, and I think there are some interesting updates that could be happening from there. So personally, we have been actually watching closely on how the updates are going on there, and has been really much positive so far. And one of the two things that we are actually getting last week is prices has hit its highest at 22,920, let us say, and prices has already broken out of there, and prices has hit all-time high for once. So I think that has been very positive news on the market, and that itself should be able to push up the Nasdaq 100 goes up even higher. So it's not just happening on Nasdaq 100 is also happening on SP 500, where it has also surpassed its previous highs, and certainly right now it's consolidating, trying to retest the resistance at 6,300 before prices could go even higher. But the sentiment is pretty positive. Both SP 500 and Nasdaq 100 is rallying, going up higher on this bull run, and this consolidation really is a good sign that prices has the room to go up even further more on the markets, guys. And it's not just happening on these two indices. US 30 is almost up there, very much closer towards the record prices at 45,000. So most of the stock indices is very positive, and we have very long-term outlook, and possibility of 50,000 at the end of the year has been set. SP 500 is also the same. Prices will be going up, reaching higher grounds as well, as we are estimated to see prices will be hitting 7,000 price target as well on the second half of this year. Same thing for the SP US 100 as well. So we have long targets, and if you guys don't want to miss out on any of its updates, definitely don't forget to follow and subscribe. And if you guys wanted to get more information about what we are talking about, you guys are welcome to join my VIP live sessions, where I'll be giving you guys deep dive on what we will be expecting coming up from this stock indices, as all of this has been very positive. So again, remember that we will be having the inflation data tonight. Don't forget about it. And let me give you guys a little bit of an updates before my live streaming sessions end for tonight. So if you guys wanted to join us together on how I will be covering more on the inflations tonight, don't forget to join my VIP live sessions through the link on my profile or the video descriptions. All right, so let us get into it, giving you guys a little bit of a recap what you guys could be expecting for tonight if you guys couldn't join my VIP live session. So based on the current actions, price actions that we have been seeing so far, prices have a tendency to weaken and hasn't been changing much. And yes, there's a possibility that prices could have a little bit of rebound before prices could go down lower. So always be expecting for the worst case scenario of the market. And there's a possibility that prices will be touching towards the 3,350 area at later market sessions, especially with the expectations that the Fed won't be cutting interest rates if inflation still remains pretty high. There's chances that gold prices will be testing the support at 3,350 has still remained on that kind of price. It's also the same thing happening on the silver market, where we are actually seeing good chances that silver will be testing the support again at $38.20, $38.10. So but pay attention, as prices on silver is a little bit volatile. I will be avoiding on the trades here, and if you guys are thinking about doing Longer term trades here, definitely watch out for the volatility and the possible rebound as the ones that we have been seeing happening over the past 30 minutes on this market. Meanwhile, moving on to the oil market, as we already been expecting, we'll be expecting to see the rebound and try to see how prices will be rebounding and try to touch back $67.50 and try to maintain above it before prices will be testing the resistance at $68.50. Meanwhile, the currency strength charts, everything seems pretty the same, where we are seeing that the Japanese yen has started to regain some of its footing. So I will be suspecting that the momentum has started to dissipate. So be careful to trade here. US dollar Japanese yen, CAD Japanese yen, the momentum is still there, but start to subside. So be careful. I will be trying to wait for a pullback, especially US dollar and CAD will be having its inflation data that will be coming out tonight. I'll be expecting further market movements here compared to the AUD Japanese yen and NZD Japanese yen, where prices starts to slow down. So I'll be focusing on US dollar Japanese yen and NZD Japanese yen. And remember, I'll be sharing more information with you guys about these stock indexes tonight on my VIP live sessions. So that's all for tonight. I hope you guys get a little bit of a recap what you guys could be expecting pre the inflation data news. And for more premium trades idea, join me on my link on my profile video descriptions. Chat me for premium trades and also VIP live sessions. See you guys there. If not, see you guys tomorrow.